Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So, thanks for joining us. This is part 6 of the 148th Miniart P-47D Thunderbolt. We missed, obviously, last week because we were busy doing something else. But before we get on to all that, let's have a look, see who is here in the house. My mouse is on strike. So, first in is Scaly Models. Hi, Mike. He's saying howdy, James and Carl.
It is good to see you out and about again.
Certainly is. Steve is in the house saying hello, Steve.
Why is Steve in chat and not in here being the chat dolly?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
smacked bottom.
I think maybe what it'd be is his thermals are on the air. I don't know.
There's a good chance of that, yes.
Yeah. Jim's there. He's saying, ready as I'm ever going to be. Indeed.
Hi,
and
Jim.
he is saying, hello from Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago, Illinois.
And Steve is actually saying, full of cold, but hey, how you doing? Yeah.
Pretty much the same.
I haven't.
From Telford. For 3 days, I was only awake for 6 hours.
Wow. I don't know. I fortunately, touch wood somewhere. I haven't been ill as such. I've been doing the 1 second dash for a couple of days, but I'm sure that's nothing to do with Steve's cooking in any way, shape, or form.
Yes,
but,
we are at the moment blaming Derek because Derek is the only one that showed some cold symptoms while we were at Telford.
Yes.
But obviously, Telford's a big place. There's lots and lots of people there. It could have literally been anybody. Yeah, but Derek's getting it.
But it was Derek. It could have been anybody, but it was definitely Derek.
Yes.
I got to go with that too. I think that's fine. Dominic's also in the house saying good evening. Evening, Dom. How you
Hi,
doing?
Dominic. Hope you're doing okay, buddy. Sorry if I asked you an awkward question today in the Hangout. It was not my intent. I was not aware. So
it's all good. All good in the house. Right, so where are we up to? So we are up to around about page 8. Where we're doing the internals of the wings. Me too.
Yeah, I am jumping around quite a lot and getting bits and bobs done that I'm going to need to like paint. But should we do a quick update of where we're at, seeing as we were away for a week? You go first.
Yes.
I'll probably that's what I'm doing.
So all basically I've done some of the one of the wings. It's that's very white, isn't it? Bear with me a second while I just do it.
That is very white. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's an app for that.
There is. Oh, what's going on? Hang on a minute.
I'm hanging. Got it?
Oh, no.
That's awfully blue.
Well, I never.
Proper broken now.
Oh, yeah, I have now.
Yeah.
But it's still very white.
It was regarding, Dominic, it was regarding the Scale Model Vets stream at the end of the month. Just to remind you on what it was about.
Oh, I've proper broken it now.
You have, haven't you? Oh, dear.
Oh.
There you go. Just needs a bit of light. That'll do.
Yeah, I just need to tone the light down. There we go. That's what it is. So, yes, sorry. Thanks for everybody's patience. So, yeah, I've been concentrating on the internals of the wing. Not quite finished the first wing. That's there. The engine's all done and put inside, as you can probably see there.
Fancy.
put inside the cowling, and we've actually got it open on one side as well. So that's all ready to rock and roll. And obviously the fuselage itself is all buttoned up with the cockpit interior all done. Got a few bits and pieces to add on the side here and here, I believe. But yeah, I've got the aircraft to stand out literally moments ago and thought, oh yeah, it's a good idea, and put it on there. So that's done. So yeah, I'm going to be concentrating on the internals this evening.
Yes.
How about yourself, Carl?
The fuselage is pretty much in the same position, buttoned up, cockpit's in. All the bits that stick out have broken off. I'm stuck to my instructions. The engine is done, but I do want to touch it back up. Obviously, you've kept your engine off the body.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the engine is in place. It just needs some of the copper colour touching up, basically, because as I've been handling it, it's come away a little bit. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. Like I say, quite a lot of the bits that stick out. There was an aerial thing here. There was the sights here. The tail is starting to fall off. Yeah, there you go. So all this stuff needs gluing back on. So that's where we are with that. We have the cowling, which is done and cut out. So we have got a free panel, the same as yourself, but I think I've gone for the opposite side. The other two bits are here that need painting as well, that the engine sits on. So that's where we're at. This wing, all the wheel bay is complete. There's some more ancillary stuff to go in here, cannons and things like that. I think the flaps go onto the bottom as well before the top, before it just gets sealed up. So there's that to do. And we are just starting to do this wing to get it to the same point as this wing.
Yeah.
So that is pretty much where I am up to. So yeah.
Hit that duck. Right, cool. I'm just sorry, my head's in the box a second because I'm just looking for a sprue I'm gonna need.
Okie dokie. Well, where did we get up to in the chat?
CD, that's what we're looking for. Cool.
So, yeah, so Mike was saying that he's doing great in answer to Steve, saying he's dusting off the bench and back to it very soon. That is so glad to see. We are going to once you are at that bench, we are going to be dragging you into the hangout, so be prepared.
And more.
Yes. Yeah, so everyone's talking amongst themselves, saying hi to each other, and Steve there is saying Derek does have a lot to answer for. Yes, he does. Jim is saying Dominique looks like Ozscale Modelling has moved his live chat to tomorrow afternoon, Sunday night for you in Netherlands. We've been joined by Scott Models. Sorry, wrong button. Saying good morning all. Good morning, Scott Models. I hope you're doing okay.
Bolded.
And then we've got Mark at Edinburgh Modelling Man Cave fame saying, you a bunch of plastic weirdos. Says the weirdest weirdo amongst us. Hi, Mark. We missed you at Telford.
We did.
So I am glad that you will be with us next year.
And he's got to be on his best behaviour next year.
He has, hasn't he? Yes. Yes, and I think he knows why.
Yeah. No waking people up in the middle of the night, standing over the bed.
Yes. Anyway, best not go into that too much just yet.
No, not yet.
Just in case it doesn't happen.
Oh, it's going to happen.
And Mikey says, "Hey, no worries, looking forward to it, Call." Yes. And we've got Scott of the Junkworks fame. He's sitting here, well, I'll get teeth in, sitting here saying, good evening, Scott. It is good to see you. Hope you're doing all right, buddy. Better than half of us, anyway. Jim is saying, what colour? What airplane? Does it really matter? Seems that some P-47s had the cockpit walls painted bronze green and the rest interior green. Or a yellowish green. Too much bloody information.
Yep. Yeah, there's a whole bundle of choice out there if you want to do the research.
Yes. And everybody's talking amongst themselves, saying hi to each other. And we've got Richard Cave LBPPA. Evening. Saying, hello, James. How do? How do, indeedy. And Steve is upset. I'm not going to put up on the screen. He's having issues logging into his Insta accounts on his PC, and he's fecked off.
Wow.
Yeah, and Scott's saying, he's doing okay at the moment. Not too bad. Yeah, they are in silly season at work, so not getting much bench time. I'll bet you're in silly season.
I bet you are.
Yes, no private messages to Lisa, please. Thank you very much. Although I do want to have a little quick chat with you, because I might want something making if the price is right.
Oh.
It's my 30th wedding anniversary next year. Can you believe that? 30 years. So I might want a bit of bespoke jewellery making. Because for those of you who don't know, Scott is the jewellery master.
I say, 30 years.
30 years. I knew I should have shot her.
So you would have got off a good behaviour by now, surely.
Yes.
So obviously we're going to be bending some plastic. I'll pop some questions in the chat. We will look up and address them.
Yes,
bear with us as we do that.
If those in chat don't beat us to it.
Indeed. But there is a couple of things in which I want to talk about this evening. I want to talk about Telford, the highlights and that sort of thing. Might as well have a little chat about that.
Yes.
So if you went to Telford and you have a highlight, it's something you want to share, put it in the chat. We can look at that. But the other thing in which I want to talk about is some things that will be going on with me. I know it's not all about me. Honest to do. But we've got some things coming up. I've got some things coming up in the next fortnight or so for anyone that might be interested. So,
is it coming up, or are you just happy to see us?
Oh, hey. Well, I will be very happy to see people, but it will be coming up as well. So, in about 12 days' time, the website, spruebox.co.uk, will be back up and running in its new form. We have got some very interesting things to come in the next 12 months, some of which I have started to advertise and some of which I can't say anything about quite yet. But so the biggest part of it is obviously we're sort of going back to what we originally wanted to do, or the envision that we had for the website with our inspiration boxes. So the new subscriptions for 2025 will be opening in literally 12 days time, where you can sign up. But there will also be a whole bundle of new things that will be arriving that you can subscribe to. So, for example, there is the inspiration box, obviously, but there will also be some other boxes that will appear one of which will be something we're going to call the supply box, which is literally what it says. It's the supplies you need to do your modeling, that you buy a box and then you agree to have another one sent to you within a period of time. You subscribe, obviously. Yeah, so say for example bear with me a second while I just completely do that wrong. So for example, you sign up and say, yeah, I quite happily do that, and then you want a box now, we'll send your box out, and then we'll send you another box out in either 3 to 6 months, depending on what you choose. And it will all be charged automatically. The box will be sent out, and happy as Larry he will be. Bear with me a second while I just I might be making an error here. Or am I? Yeah, so that's about to go live. There also will be boxes. What on earth am I doing here? There will be some other boxes as well.
Sure.
That's why. There will be some other boxes which are not subscription based. So some trial boxes, if you like, where you can try out the inspiration box or other products. Now, they will be specifically led by our partners. And yes, we will have some partners that we are, some have signed up, some are all in agreement, some are we're still working out, thrashing out the bits and pieces that we need to thrash out. But yeah, super exciting, because you will have a whole range of stuff, a plethora of stuff for you to look forward to in 2025. So that's pretty exciting. I can tell you that we've got two. Let me concentrate on this a second, because I am going to muck this up if I'm not careful. We've got two figure companies that are signed up in an agreement, and even that what figures we're going to use has all been agreed. The processes we're going to go through has all been agreed. And one of the big differences that people will notice in the box immediately is we will have a ebook. So the idea being is, what we did previously is we sort of said to you, well, this is what we're going to do on this particular occasion. Here's a few tips of what to do. Good luck. But we're going to get a bit more technical this year with a few of the processes that we're going to tackle. So you're going to have an ebook, which you can keep as an ebook, or you can print off and stick in a folder. Then you can build up a folder of inspiration, if you like. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. I would just quickly have a look at the chat. So I am chatting.
Didn't think you were going to shut up.
Well, you know. I'm going to start from the most recent one way back. Scaly Model says the inspiration box were brilliant. Thank you, mate. And he says that he will be back onto the inspiration boxes. Oh, cool. Okay. And then Scott Junkworks is saying, I'm sure you can request I do the finishing on the piece for you as well. Oh, that's just, I could just hear that the wheel of numbers going up and up and up. He also, Junk Scott says, drop or tech an email, and we'll see what we can do for you, Carl.
Cool.
He says we can do pretty much anything. We now have a new design tech, and we can now do a rapid prototype in 3D printing. Ooh. That's interesting. Jim says Billy Veteran shared the group photo of the entire M4H crew at Telford last weekend. A wonderful group of people, a bunch of reprobates. We were last one of them. Very nice reprobates.
Yeah, the best type of reprobates, but still reprobates.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So enough of me nattering on about Sprue Box. What about Telford, Carl? What was your highlight for Telford?
The flu.
Oh.
I honestly don't know, to be perfectly fair. I've never treated Telford as what's the right word? A model show. It's always been a social thing for me. Every year I've gone, it's been more of a social than somewhere to go to get a bargain. This year, didn't even get a chance to look around the competition area, apart from that one time you and I walked in to put your piece in. So that was a little bit disappointing this year. But highlights was catching up with everybody. Especially the M4H reprobates. Always a good bunch. But again, we didn't get to walk around that much, so we didn't bump into any of the usual suspects we usually bump into at Telford. We managed to get a quick chat with Tim.
Yeah.
An even quicker chat with Lee from UMP. That's pretty much it. Well, we got some good chats with the guy from the 3D printing.
Yeah, David from 3D Gizmo.
Yes. We managed to catch up with Fred Foote from Modelers United, who had some rather tasty news with him while he was walking around, which I am looking forward to doing a video for. I'm not going to show it here now, but if you used to use this stuff, you are going to be excited. Because it's coming back, basically. So yeah. But yeah, that was the highlights for me, just catching up with everybody. I had a couple of models on the Models for Heroes, Friends of Models for Heroes table. I didn't put anything into the competition. Yeah. So that's it. That's me. And yourself?
Yeah, just catching up with people. That was pretty much my highlight as well.
I just thought of a sixth person we could ask for the room.
Oh, have you really?
B&B. He's in chat.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll take that offline.
Yeah, I will. I'll let you do that.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, just catching up with people was really, really good. I didn't manage to catch up with some people. I mean, like Ian Douthwaite, for example.
I managed to get a couple of chats in with Ian. He's doing okay.
I chatted to him twice.
Yeah.
And each time we were either disturbed by someone else that wanted something or whatever.
Yes.
So I didn't actually get to talk to him. I felt quite bad, actually. And
no,
I think the most I spoke to him was as I was walked past.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He was going to join us for a drink, wasn't he? But we were running late out of setting up. And by the time we got to the pub, he'd already gone. So
yeah.
Next year, we'll definitely get him. Go on.
No, you're right. I've just basically said what I was going to say. 100%. We will try harder next time.
Yes.
Definitely. B3. Oh, that's up there. I didn't. Amazingly enough, I didn't walk around the competition area that much. I did go in there with Malcolm to put me nuts about. That was to do with JMC. But we didn't even then. We did look around, obviously, because we were looking at what we thought was the nicest models.
Yes.
But they were still judging, so we felt a little. Wasn't rushed, but we didn't hang around.
Yes.
And I certainly didn't go back to admire all the models a bit more. I think there was certainly a couple in there that I would have liked to have looked at a little bit more closely. But some very good models in there. I've seen this week. I've seen a few negative comments about the competition, which is unfortunate.
Well, I had somebody show me some pictures of the competition that I was given some very negative feedback on some of the models because their model hadn't placed. But I think I talked to you about, because they showed me your picture of your model and I went, oh, that's my mate James's. He's won. To which I got a frown.
Yes.
And it was, it's a good model, but it's not a gold winner. Okay.
I think at the end of the day, it's like all model competitions. It is all down to who's judging it, their perception, what tickles their fancy. Certainly I was stood there. I did talk to one of the judges very briefly on a particular model, and the only reason I talked to him was because he let out quite a large sigh as he was looking at the model, going, "Oh well, that's just ruined it," because in his opinion, the modeler hadn't taken care to hide some stuff that wasn't necessary to see, if you like, which was a bit of worrying. And then because I was quite taken aback by his verbal thoughts.
Yes.
So I made comment to him and said, "Oh, are you reading that correctly? I.e., maybe the modeler decided to leave the wires that you can see in that way because it was meant to look like they were a string of lights." To which he sort of went, "Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought of it like that." But no, was his response, basically. But yeah, it's quite intriguing, actually. I've not, thank God, I've never been asked to judge, so I wouldn't know the first thing about it, really.
I'm quite surprised you've not been asked to judge, especially being part of the podcast.
Oh no!
And being, famous and all that.
What? Well,
sorry, infamous.
Infamous, yes. As I say, famous is a stretch. Infamous probably would be more accurate. I think Malcolm's been asked to judge.
Okay.
I think I might be wrong on that. But no, I shudder at the thought of it, to be honest.
There's a lot of pressure there, because when I'm looking at models, it's always, primarily, is it something I'm interested in? If it's not, it doesn't really do anything for me.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't judge like that.
No.
Well, I don't think you can judge like that. You've got to be completely impartial and look at the model for what it is and what's involved.
it's funny, right? So I can give you an example of it. When we were looking at the models, me and Malcolm, we came across a piece that was incredibly well executed, really, really nice looking piece. However, while the object was painted amazingly well, it was basically a futuristic octopus, for want of a better phrase.
Right.
And the figure was the painting was really, really good.
Right.
But what didn't do it for me was the fact that it's a water animal on a base. So it was a cross between an octopus and a crab.
Right.
Right. So a mutant octopus crab. And it was
Right.
on a base, so it's sort of standing in the water. But there was no attempt that I could see of actually making the figure itself look like it was wet.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his feet wasn't wet, for example. Although it was standing in water, his feet wasn't wet.
Yeah.
And I that sort of threw me a little bit, because it's like it was so well. Honestly, it was beautifully well painted. But it just wasn't wet, and I just I said to Malcolm, I said I really like it, but
it's not wet.
Yeah, why hasn't? I think I asked the question of why haven't they attempted to make it wet? Is there a reason for that? Am I misunderstanding the story they're trying to tell me in that figure? And it did cause quite a long conversation between us.
Again, it may be that the modeler himself has gone, well, it's obviously an underwater creature. It's obviously supposed to be underwater. Do I need to make it look wet?
Yeah.
And, it may very well be that the judges go, well, yes, you did. But he's not to know that.
No.
Because you never really know what's in the mind of the judge.
No.
Or which judge it is that's going to be judging your model.
Well, this is it. I mean, it's obviously in a category that I'm not overly familiar with. So, and I didn't, in all honesty, I didn't sit there and go through the category and go, okay, well, let's really go to town and see if I've misunderstood something, because I didn't see the point of that. But yeah, it was just really quite interesting.
Come on, out you come.
Oh,
bear with me, I'm going to make a bit of noise.
Oh, good. It's so noisy. Right.
Perfect. So quickly catch up with chat. Okay. So Mike of Scaly Models fame is saying, yeah, Telford is more of a meet and greet for me too. And Scott is saying, I'm not brave enough to enter my work into a competition. Well, Sunshine, I got news for you. You should be, because your bloody work is fantastic. So next time, enter it, or else you're in trouble. And there's Mike saying exactly the same. You should be, Scott. You most definitely should be, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Mark at Edinburgh Models Man Cave, the man that's not happy unless he's winning. And he's saying, I think that's supposed to be, neither was I, Scott, but I'm a glory hunter at competitions. Mark does like to enter competition now, and he does, for the most part, he does exceptionally well. So, hey, put it on the table, Scott. Don't expect to win, and if you do, celebrate it. I've always been scared. I put 2 models into competition so far, one at Perth and one at Dundee. I was actually I did one at Perth the year before, but it didn't place anywhere. The second year I'd put it in at Perth. I was a bit nervous, but I put it in anyway, and I got first place. So, and then at Dundee I got second place. So, didn't expect anything, and I was gobsmacked when I got it. So, yeah, go for it. You got nothing to lose.
You put it in there with the mindset of looking at the models that are around it, and in your own mind's eye, never mind anyone else's, just in your own mind's eye, if you think it deserves to be there, you cracked it. You're a winner.
Correct. Yes. So Jim is just saying to Steve, watch your video showing the stuff you bought back from Telford. Yes, I watched that a little while ago. Very good video, Steve. I enjoyed it. I pretty much covered Telford pretty well of what we all saw, which wasn't a lot. But yes, nice good haul as well.
Mm.
And Steve's just saying thanks to Jim for watching it. Oh, chat is jumping. Even with the inspiration of my old bike, Mark. LOL. And there is Mike saying he's sub to Mark. And there's Steve also confirming that Scott's work is pretty damn good. So yeah. Definitely, Scott, your bike picks was helpful. So there you go. So Scott, be brave. Fill out your form. Pay your £1 or whatever it may be to get into the competition and put it on the table. See what happens.
No, it doesn't cost you anything. You just have to be a member of IPMS.
No, depends where you are. In Scotland.
Oh yes, sorry. Not us. I'm thinking of Telford. Sorry.
Oh right.
My
Okay.
bad.
So yeah, I'm not sure if they charge up in Orkney. I would have thought they do. But yeah, just put it in, fella. Watch them golds roll in.
Well,
yes,
funny
exactly.
you should
So Scott is saying, I just never feel my stuff is anywhere near good enough. Maybe I just need to swallow some brave pills and do it. LOL. Scott, we're our own worst enemies when it comes to our own models, because you know where all the mistakes and the errors are, and the things you've covered up, and the things that you've managed to hide. Judges are never going to see it, because they don't know where they are. Mark is saying, scaling models, better to look my Instagram for model work. You in at 1974. Oh, he's just a show off. Mike, he is just to show off this Mark at Edinburgh Modelling Man Caves. Whoever he is, he's just showing off. He's a bloody good modeler. Go look at his stuff. And we've been joined by Kitchen Table Modeler saying, evening, folks. Good evening. Welcome. Welcome back. Oh, and that is us caught up with chat.
So we do have, for next year for Telford, a little bit of a challenge for people.
We do?
We do, yeah. So, as you may know, I was very fortunate this year in winning a medal.
There we go. What colour was it?
They only come in one colour, didn't they? Sorry.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so I won a gold, and I'm very fortunate. But the reason I'm mentioning it isn't to blow my own trumpet. It's actually because the only reason I won it was because someone challenged me to get it done in time for Telford.
Do you know why I challenged you to do it?
Go on.
Because I saw it being built, and I saw it coming together. And although it's not the same, the kind of story that it tells was the same. And I believe it's stuff like that that catches the eye at Telford. It's not so much the model, it's the story that it tells. Can you remember the Best in Show, the year you won with your sacrifice on the altar of freedom?
Yes.
It was that black and white. Was it the Hindenburg or something like that?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And it told a story of what was going on. And yours reminded me of both your sacrifice, Dio, and that.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it tells an
Mm-hmm.
amazing story from the perspective of a survivor.
Mm.
And I thought, if you put that into the competition, that will win because of the story that it tells. And it did.
Mm.
And I was
But,
well
yeah.
chuffed.
Yeah. Oh, I was well chuffed as well.
Mm.
But it's what I actually said was to Steve, wasn't it? We were talking to Steve about a model, and basically he said to Steve that he should
Yes.
create a model,
Yes.
and bring it to Telford. Now, I'll be honest, I think he should put it into the competition. That's my
Yes.
own personal opinion. However, I would understand if he didn't want to do that. But I think he should.
Yes.
And I also, though you may have forgotten or tried to forget, I also challenged you as well.
Yeah, I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
do
know.
the same, basically.
I don't know what to build to put into the competition, so I'll have a think.
Well, it's like everything else, Carl. It's really a case of what tickles your fancy on the day, so to speak, and what you feel you've done well. It's not about, although you're entering the competition, I don't know if you remember the first time I entered at Telford, I took something that I was quite proud of, and I thought, well, I've done a pretty good job there. And I didn't win anything, but I felt comfortable. Like I said earlier, it looked like it belonged on the table.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't look out of place, but is what I mean.
Yeah.
And that was basically what I went. That was my idea of what I was going to try and achieve, was to take something to Telford and feel that as long as it was sat on the table and looked like it was meant to be there, that was more than happy for me. This one, obviously, it wasn't meant to go to Telford originally. It was just meant to be something I wanted to do for D-Day, but it was very handy for me to have that challenge, because obviously it meant that I had something to aim for in my recovery since my op. So it just so happened to work out reasonably well. But yeah, so you were challenged. Steve's been challenged, and I would challenge Mark as well. Give it a go.
Yes, I'm also going to challenge Lisa.
Yeah, so yeah, absolutely. I think everybody should put something in, and it doesn't matter. Like I say, if you go with the assumption that as long as you're happy with it's the best you've done to that point, and that's all that matters. And if you come away with something with admiration from people, or people saying, "Oh, it's a shame you didn't win a medal because we thought it was worthy of it," etc., or a judge says, "Well, actually, I think it's that worthy that I'm going to give you a medal. I think it's worth you doing."
Yeah, and if you don't get a medal, you can at long last say, well, I had to go.
Yeah. Yeah, you got literally nothing to lose. So yeah, we're gonna fill those tables up. So Jim was just saying there, yes, indeed, James, your award was well, and I like the creative model work, such as your diorama. A great story it tells, and it's meant to be tells, but yeah, I know.
A bloody auto carrot.
Steve's just saying I'm not modest at all.
No,
it's probably down to the burgers. Mike's just saying 6 years ago that was Carl, that build. Yeah, I'll be honest, I actually shared it as a memory because I couldn't believe it was 6 years ago. That
yeah, it went quick.
Yeah,
that's the year I took Scott down, isn't it? Pretty sure that's the year Scott jumped in for a lift with me and then met up with Mike and travelled the rest of the way with Mike. I'm sure it is.
Could be.
Sure it is. That was my first trip. I think that was my first. Or was it my second? I think it was my first trip.
No, it wasn't your first trip. Because you were there the year before.
Was it the burnt out car you put in the year before?
No, the year before was my my World War I diorama with the horse jumping over the trench.
Gotcha.
Junkwork says he should. He has a new video up tomorrow. If anyone's interested, just finished the rough edit an hour ago. Cool. Be looking forward to that. Dominic's just saying
talking on him
yet. Dominic's just saying, I always say past performance is no guarantee to future results. Oh, that's
a very
deep.
Good thing. Yeah, that is deep, isn't it?
That's really deep. Yeah, I think he's on the wrong channel for that sort of thing. But yeah, no, you're right. Absolutely. Bearded Veteran says, so what you're saying, Skiffies, is that you're all a little challenged. Yeah, I am very challenged all the time. And it's Skiffers, what you put. Don't know why anyone would put that, but Kitchen Table Modeler says, I will need to start a club up here in Shetland. There's some amazing modelers in the islands. Just know where to show them. Closest club would be Orkney.
Yes, that's where Scott's at.
What you need to do is set up an IPMS online Scottish Islands group.
Yeah.
What you could do is you could potentially set up a online competition and show as well. That'd be quite interesting. I'm not trying to set you up for any major work or anything, but I think I just did. Sorry about that.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not sorry. You're right. B2. B2.
Did you just swear, did?
No, I just called myself a rat bag.
All right.
Well, I actually called the model a rat bag. My fingers seem to be a lot fatter than normal.
Yes. Oh, I knew I'd do that.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
No. Ah.
Yeah, so in fairness, actually, going back to the competitions and stuff, that would be the second build, the diorama build that I've done that's got sacrifice in the title. So I think I may have accidentally made a rob my own back.
You're going for a hat
with
trick.
Going for a third with it in the title, but I got no idea what to do.
Where can we put you? Okay. Do. Okay, so talk of the devil, and I do believe he shall appear. We've been joined by Rally Chef Model Shed. Good evening, Ian. Hope you're doing okay. We were
Hey,
talking
buddy.
about you a little earlier on, so you must have your ears must be burning. Nothing too nasty, of course.
Well,
I hope you're doing okay. Looks like everybody else in the chat is. So Scott is saying how's this for an idea? If you can set up a show up there, I'm sure some of us will come up to Shetland. And I'm also sure some of the Caithness Club would too. There you go. There's an offer.
wow.
I can run that past the club chairman and see what he thinks. North Isles IPMS group. This sounds like a birth of an IPMS group to me.
Did I accidentally say something?
You may have, yes, caused a slight bit of bother.
Well, I can't promise, but I might well be able to come up and support the show if you do. I will try my utmost best to be there.
Yeah, we would love to make the trip up to Shetland or Orkney show with Models for Heroes. Just to get it up there, but it's what? It's a day to get there at least, and then an overnight stay, and then a day to get home. And we're in the Highlands, so but yeah, we would love to get up there.
It's somewhere I've always wanted to go. Never managed to get out there.
I've been to Shetland, I've not been to Orkney. Been to Shetland many times. It's a lovely airport. But yeah, I'd like to go to Orkney. Oh. Well, we've been going an hour. We have a total of 14 watching over the 2 channels. So thank you all for being here. If you are in chat and you've not said hello yet, please don't be shy. Say hello. Let us know you're here. It's not going to be a late one.
No.
Maybe another half hour or so.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more to this wheel compartment than you think.
Yeah, isn't there?
Because I've had
Not
another
wrong
1, 2,
there.
3, 4, and snapped one piece so far.
Yeah, I've broken one piece as well.
Was it CD10?
Yeah, funny enough, yeah.
Funny enough, yeah. Surprise! And we've got Bearded Veteran Creates joining us in the chat saying hello. I thought he'd spoken earlier on.
I thought he had as well.
Yeah, he did. Silly sod.
But he's
Scott
here.
is saying, yeah, he's, yeah. Cheers, Mikey. Making me look stupid. I know it's not difficult. Thanks for that. So Scott is saying you are both more than welcome at next Orkney show. The next one will be in September 2026, as we do it every 2 years. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, and Mike is saying, I went and spent a week with Scott on Orkney a number of years back. Yes, I remember. It was fantastic and very well worth a visit, especially the Highland Park Distillery. Hick.
Hey, you know what?
What?
I see a plan being devised here. I didn't realise they did one every 2 years. Lisa, get your calculator out. Lovely idea.
Do I want to put that in there? Because I know for a fact if I put those cannons in, I'm going to snap them. No, I am not going to put them in there. I'm going to see if this is dry enough to get in.
Right, that's that and that done. That's done. Need to have a ferink, I think.
A ferink.
I need to have a ferink.
Now then, it doesn't show you where you're supposed to glue that 2.
Oh,
Bit of
actually,
pain in the arse.
let me try.
Surely it's not supposed to stick up that far. That can't be right. Your CD10?
CD10?
Yeah, the little piston.
Yeah.
On the picture, it's showing it sticking way up straight.
Yeah.
Coming out of the wing like that.
Yeah.
That can't be right. Because
Well,
when you put the top part of the wing on, it's just going to snap it off. Surely.
no, it shouldn't do.
Or, sorry, the bottom part of the wing. Stand by. Oh, maybe not.
No, it shouldn't do. It's going to be one of those things, a little bit like the cannons, if I'm honest.
I'm as honest as the day is long. The longer the daylight, the less I do wrong. Right,
Oh,
let's have a look.
oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh,
So, this.
there it is.
Yes, it's going to snap it. Instant you put it on.
It shouldn't do.
Yeah, it is. Let's move you down a bit.
Well, at the moment, mine's in 2 pieces, so.
Yeah, mine is, but it's glued back together, so you can go there like that. And then that. Goes on there. Cool. I've got one more day off and then I'm back to work. It's never good having too much time off.
No. No, funny enough, I've got 3 more weeks, and then I'm off for the rest of the year. Which I'm not
Nice.
looking forward to. Well, yeah, it is, but like you just said, it's not great having too much time off. Ah.
No, because you have to catch up. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at it?
But it will be nice because it will give me the opportunity to do some things in which I need to get done. So, you know, in that respect, it's good.
Mikey's just confirming I did, but James said if you haven't said hello, then please do. So I did. Yes. Scott saying you will both love the new museum over on the island of Hoy. It tells the story of Orkney and Scapa Flow. Scapa Flow's role in both world wars. And Ian is saying, flying visit chaps, just locking up the workshop. A good night. A good night, Ian. I hope to speak
Good night,
to you
Ian.
Toodaloo. And there's Mike just saying good night to Ian as well. we have been going just over an hour, so a little bit longer, and we're going to be getting going as well because I am getting tired. Yes. Right. Let's have a look, see how these sit.
Yes, definitely. The Scarpa Flow is something in which I'm quite interested in, especially the Atlantic convoys. So yeah, that would be a really good shout. Okay, let's try and figure that out. It's going to be a pain in the arse, isn't it?
Would it be worthwhile doing what we've done at Telford next year?
Yes.
But in September, with quite a few of us to try and bring the cost down a bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Get several people interested. Yeah. Yes, we can discuss. Watch this space, Scott. Plans are
that's
forming.
exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. Quickly, Dominic is off to bed. I've just seen that pop up. Oh, where's it gone? There. So, good night, Dominic. Thank you for joining. It's much appreciated. You be good. And we'll talk to you soon. Tatty bye.
Ta-ra!
And Scott is saying that they have a new distillery just getting going. And then Mike is saying, stop it, Scott.
Oh.
And Mark as well has just popped up. He is Nighthawk. I'll catch up with everyone later online. Indeed. Yep.
Yeah, take care, buddy.
Scott is saying, I see a plan in the making, LOL.
Don't think it's in the making. I think it's
formed and it's like shit. It's going to cost me a fortune. But hey, it's only money. Can't take it with you.
Absolutely. Well, it won't cost that much because at the end of the day, if we start now, it won't hurt as much as if we just went, let's do it tomorrow.
That's true-ish.
Well, yeah. Just takes a bit of organisation, doesn't it?
Yes. So it would have been better if it was in 2 years' time from now, rather than a year from now. Well, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't sit flat. It's not supposed to be you. Shoot, wrong bloody one.
Here we go again. See, we do 2 for 2.
What's that?
I'm just seeing if I can break this piece the same as I did the last one.
Mm.
No, I think we're okay. So that needs to go through there.
Okay, so Scott is saying I could see even arrange a special tour of Ortac for Lisa. LOL. That's it, we're not going. Scott is saying we can see about getting some digs while you're here to keep the costs down. Yes, that's what we do at Telford. We get an Airbnb and everyone chips in for food and all the rest of it. It makes the actual accommodation and food part of Telford quite cheap, under 200 quid.
Yeah.
So it's always worthwhile looking at Airbnb and sharing with friends. Right, you better not snap off.
Right. That's that done. That done. That done.
Done, 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 done.
Yeah, it's just saying there. If you are serious about coming, you need to sort the accommodation out ASAP. Yeah, and I'll have a little look and we'll have a chat about it. We'll in all seriousness, we might have to miss the next one and go for the one after, maybe,
Maybe.
but we'll have a look, see what we can do.
Maybe.
Okay, I think.
Again, it all depends on ferry costs and all that stuff, or flying
Yeah,
up there,
of course,
or,
yeah.
you know, whatever it may be. So.
Just gonna go back a minute. Now, where was that decided before? Oh wow, all the way back there. Right, okay. Right, back at the beginning. Just looking at what I should do next.
Gotcha.
Because I've got the internals done now.
Right.
And obviously going to have to pack the internals. I'm just thinking, what else can I do that needs doing? So it's
I'm going to get the internals of this wing done, and I think that is pretty much going to be me done.
Yeah, for today.
Because I am starting to feel it in my eyes now.
Yeah, it's beautiful fading.
And it is 11:15 at night, so.
Yeah. Steve's just saying there he won't be able to join us for the trip to the Orkney.
That's not for him to decide.
And Mike's just saying flight is good. You get Tunnock's wafers.
Where did you fly from, Mike?
that's D. Flew from Glasgow, apparently.
Okay. Pardon you.
Squeeze me.
Oh, D10, D10. Where are you, D10? Now, I've looked at this sprue about at least 30 times now, and it still takes me about, I know it doesn't sound like a lot of time, 30 to 40 seconds to find the sprue letter.
Yep.
And you'd thought I'd memorised the sprue letter for this sprue by now, but yeah, we don't. So.
Have you? I know this sounds a bit silly, but you've got a sprue holder, haven't you?
Yes.
You didn't think to put it in your sprue holder?
It is
and label
a
sprue holder. Huh?
It is in my sprue holder.
Oh, okay.
They don't go in the sprue holder alphabetically, though.
Oh,
they
okay.
just go where there's a space. I am not that organised.
Just out of curiosity, when in September is it? Did he say a date?
No. Excuse me, he just said September.
Just if you're there, let us know what the date is.
Maybe even get the big man to go.
Yeah.
Because if you're saying you're going to Orkney, you made like a long weekend of it, I bet you there'd be a few that would go up. Or at least be interested in going up. Potentially, because you could treat it as a little bit of a getaway as well.
Yeah. Oh, I think if you're going to go all the way up there, you've got to make it worth the effort, haven't you? Because there's a long way to go. You know, like the distilleries and all the other bits and pieces that go on up there. Yeah, definitely.
What happens in Shetland stays in Shetland, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Or Orkney, whichever it is.
Right.
Alrighty.
Oh, Christ. Talking of road trips, probably I don't know if it'd be difficult for you or not, to be honest, but I think certainly Steve, yourself, and I need to at least once go over to the Netherlands for one of their shows over there.
Again, that won't be cheap.
No, that's right.
That would not be cheap at all. Unfortunately, I would love to. I could probably afford to go as well, but
It's still a lot of money.
it is a lot of money to. put aside just for a model show. I know it's not just a model show, but because there's a lot of people I'd like to catch up with over there as well.
Yeah.
Steph, Miranda, Dominic, Dieter, Robert.
Yeah.
Loads of people. Oh. It's something to think about. Maybe when I'm retired, or one of us wins the Euro Millions.
Well, yeah, no. If one of us wins the lottery, then it'll be
We're all
booked, and it'll
going.
be a case of the chauffeur is on his way to get you to the airport.
Yes. Tell work you're not going to be in.
Yes.
Ever.
Yeah. You have finished your apprenticeship. Time to move on. Oh, just teasing now. Look, they now have 3 distilleries here, 2 breweries, and a few gin places. Oh, Jesus Christ. This
Yeah.
is not a long weekend now,
Wait
is it?
for it.
Let's be
Wait
honest.
for it. And a jeweller's. Right, I think
B71.
that is done. I am going to be able to paint those now. Inside there. Wait. So we are going to need to paint the inside of there, not the outside. Boom. Boom, boom. Right. So do you reckon the inside of these wing bays and stuff, and the inside of the engine bay, what colour is that? Does it say anywhere?
It is the same colour, and it would
As
be a
the
zinc
what?
as the engine bay.
Okay, what colour is the engine bay?
So the engine bay, I think, was zinc chromide.
I'm looking for a colour. Is it 08?
Hang on.
08. See, that's saying zinc chromate yellow. XF07. XF07. Have I got that? XF4. Don't think I've got one of those. That's pretty close though. I'd have to have a look. Anyway. Steve's away as well. He says, right, I'm calling it a night as I feel like poo. My nose is like a tap. Good night, Steve. Catch up with you tomorrow,
Steve.
hopefully. If you've not watched Steve's Telford video, it's worth a watch. Go over and watch it right now. Give it a thumbs up. He's saying, yeah, we need to catch up tomorrow to sort out Telford, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Mike is saying good night to Steve, and Scott is saying, on top of all of the World Heritage Sites, Scapa Flow, some of the best seafood you will ever eat. Stunning views and maybe a model show. LOL. Yeah, shame I don't eat seafood, but Lisa does. Lisa loves seafood.
Oh, gotta love a bit of seafood.
Oh no. Oh no. Not for me, I'm afraid. I don't do seafood. The only seafood I do would be from the chipper, covered in batter and vinegar, so you can't taste it. Mikey's saying he's off to watch it after this live. Yes, so right. I'm going to quickly recap where I am because it looks like you are still finishing up.
Yep.
So, what have we completed this evening? Actually, not a huge amount to look at. Detail-wise, quite a bit. Been working on the two wings and the wheelbase, shall we say. That's the wrong person. There we go. So we have completed the inside of both wings now. So we've got this one. I've wristed it and put the cannons in. I don't think they're going to last very long in that position. And why do these webcams focus on a tiny little square somewhere else rather than the center of the screen? Anyway, that's what we've done. The two wings and the detail on them. And that's pretty much it. I am off camera going to get these painted in the colour they need to be. I am going to finish painting that engine off camera. Well, not finish painting, just finish touching it up off camera. And I will probably get the nose cone on. And then we can continue when we're live again, whether that's next week or the week after. I continue getting the wings built up. So yeah, that is where I am at. Very quickly before you shows where you're at. Kitty Table Modeler. Night, folks. Scott, drop me an email to discuss the club ideas a bit more. Excellent. And that's just Mike saying good night to Kitty Table Modeler. So, yourself, where did you manage to get done today?
So I've done basically the same as yourself. All the wheel bay is now complete. I am just literally fiddling around with the. I've gone back a step or two, so back to step 5, where they're dealing the rear undercarriage.
Yes.
Rear wheel. Sorry, not wheel.
Yes.
It is undercarriage, but yeah, the rear wheel. Which is I'm not going to lie, it's a bit of a
it looks fiddly thing.
Because the way they've done it is you've got to attach a bit in the middle, and then attach both ends together to create sort of a U shape.
Yeah.
And it's not easy, if I'm honest. And the more I look at it, the more I think, well, actually, I don't think. Yeah, it's not making a great deal of sense to me. I've got to be honest. Actually.
Isn't there 2 versions here?
I've been a numpty.
You can either do D21 or D20. Oh, no, it's just a choice.
Yeah.
No, you can do either.
Yeah. So it's basically the wheel up or not.
Yes.
And the reason that I've been struggling is because I've been trying to glue the 2 bits together the wrong end.
You don't want to do that.
No, I didn't.
So which one's wheel down? That's going to be the one on the right.
Oh, that's pretty annoying.
For those watching in black and white, it's behind the blue ball.
Yes.
Here.
So I've now got to modify this because
you have wheel down this side,
dick.
And wheel up this side. And it looks like James is trying to build wheel down, but using the wheel up
down
instructions. What a silly sausage.
No, that's not what I was doing. What I was doing was not reading the instructions properly.
Right.
Is what I was
There you
doing.
go.
And what's even more annoying is I've now, because I was getting frustrated, I thought I will cheat
Mm-hmm.
and modify it to make it fit. And I've now basically knackered the part that I actually didn't want to knacker.
Got you.
And the more I fiddle with it, the more I'm going to knacker it, I think.
Yes. So which side have you built?
Hang on, I will show you. Right, so hold this up to the camera. Hopefully it won't. It will.
Because each side is all different pieces. Mother, do you think they'll drop the bomb?
Yeah, so basically, I'll show you the instructions because it'd be a damn sight easier than trying to
Yes.
explain what on earth is I'm doing. Right, put that down there. Stop it. Right, so part 5, which is this bit here.
Yeah.
Turn that away a little bit. Maybe give you a little bit less direct light. Is that better? Not better.
No, not really.
Jesus.
Hey.
So one of the reasons I'm having this issue this evening is because I've got new lights above my bench. Right, there we go. So this part here, these two bits here stick together at this point, and then it has a piece in the middle.
Yes.
That keeps the other end open.
Yes.
And I misread it and thought that had to be glued to that, which is what the arrow says, in fairness.
Mm-hmm.
So I've ended up cutting the little nibs off the back of this thing to squeeze it in to suddenly realise that I'm making a mistake.
Thankfully, you don't need that part. Because that's the wheel up part.
What?
If you go back to your instructions.
Is it?
Yes. If you look, there's a... I'll show you. I'll switch to me. So, you've got this section, yeah, which is wheel up. Because all this hides into the undercarriage. You've got the little arrow here. You can either do that one or this one. This one is wheel down. This one is wheel up. It will all be hidden inside.
Really?
Yes.
So I've just spent all that time fanning around for nothing.
Where does it show you? So there. So go to this page.
Yeah,
it shows
black.
You putting the wheel on.
You're right. Yeah, black.
Well, actually, it looks like you could use either. One just got the chassis with the wheel sticking out, and the other is... Yeah, you could use either. One just hasn't got like the cover on it, so you could quite easily go for that one for the back of the wheel down option. There you go. See?
Oh, I'll have another look at later on.
Yeah.
It's yeah. It's okay. It's okay. All is good in the hood, as they say.
Right, so is that you showed us everywhere you're up to, or you've still got things to show us?
No, that is it. I am. Yeah, I'm at the same point as you are. Both the wings there, and
Awesome.
Yeah, all good.
Cool. Right. Have we got anything else to go through?
No, I don't think so. I think we're all done. Yeah, I think that's we're at that point. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching and the comments and interaction.
Yes.
Really, really good this week. Thank you very much.
Yes.
We will let you know shortly. Well, I say shortly. It'll be just watch out. Basically, we will be back. And I say it might be next week or it might be the week after. We'll see.
Indeed. Hopefully
Cool.
it'll be Saturday, but you never know.
Yes. You never know. All right, cool. Thank you very much, everyone. See you soon.
Remember, folks, keep making models. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.